we got it. It was a little broken there for a minute. Immense sound, incredibly divine. Shall I go so selfless to all, and working them all? And saying the right in a way, but I just love to play, and you're fine in your games. Always are with the most out where I don't know. Wait. Oh, did they revert it back, or is it just because I'm seeing it on my end? Hold on. Did YouTube fix it because it was garbage and they never should have changed it in the first place? Or am I just stupid? Hold on. Oops. I can test this by going into a live. Dude, they did! Oh, they fixed it! Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. Dude, it was so garbage, the way they changed it. Like, it's so much better set up this way. Oh my gosh, I don't know why they ever made it funky and you couldn't see... God, idiots, a lot of them. But it's okay, we're chill, we're taking it easy. We chill. The special one does not hit very hard, like at all. Well, what's she gonna do? Alright, burn a little energy. Should yeah, why not? Let's burn. Every move is 30 minutes worth of energy burn, so, you know, let's just do it. Why waste the time, so. Just do it. Just do it. What? How did I not? Okay, where's my inputs at? I'm getting like wonky bunkers going here. That works. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Let's see. Yeah, let's just burn him. Burn him! Burn him good! Burn that energy! Yeah, that's where. It's like we can pig it. Nah, I'll just titanium. Just titanium. Woo! I had enough. Low enough on health, the special one was gonna kill it. Killed it. Killed it dead. Oh yeah! Try to move on. Unfortunately, this still has the indestructible node on it, don't it? I'm about to find out. At the very least, it has the rooted node, so. And that node. Can't freaking punish that. Doesn't have the indestructible. Well, that makes her easier. Like, I really don't see her being like you're just gonna be able to kill her fast enough. But the power gain is not going to become a problem, because if you set yourself up right, it's just not going to be a problem. That's all there is to it. Alright. Got more than enough hours. Let's see. And now it's arena wins, so we do arena. Because we gotta stay on top of that sucker. And we can just kind of chill on the other ones, because the scores, like, I don't care. Like, I don't need to get the top 10% or whatever for the champion. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We got our bullseye, we got him duped. Five star anyway, 6 stars is way out of our league. I think we should get enough 5-star Ascension dust. At least, like, if you're Paragon Valiant, like, you should get 200 a month. It's enough for 2 4 or 5 stars. Oh, actually, 2 5 stars before 4 stars, should you choose to do 4-star Ascensions, which I don't see as being worth it. Now, what am I doing? Dude, this fight would have been over. I totally botched that. Oh well. What are you gonna do? What's you gonna do about it? We just chilling. We vibing. Oh man. That works. Gonna throw the special there, but nah, I didn't need it. So, because there's no battlegrounds or anything really pressing of any kind. Oh shit, I gotta do AQ too. I got 40 minutes on energy on that though, so I can do that after this arena. I need to it's not gonna be a long stream. It's just, you know, just for a little chilling. A little chilling, a little vibe. A little hanging out. For the people that like to hang. On this fine Thursday. I almost thought about going out. Go to the store. But then I was like, well, if I walked over to the store, I have to walk back with the groceries. And there's a lot I kind of want to buy, and I didn't want to walk with everything I wanted to buy, so I was like, well, screw that idea. So here we are. So I ate a pudding cup, and yeah, now I am. I still do have a fresh batch of tea I just made yesterday, so got some nice tea to drink. Some nice sweet iced tea in the fridge. That makes me very happy. Okay, that one was my fault. I was way slow. I'm trying to do something about that one. Girl. And we're about to break 10,000. Oh, I already did. Never mind. Finally back in the 5 digits, the 5-figure units here. 6-figure units, like that's, I've never hit that. Nor do we really need to, but I'm just saying. 5 figures is like a nice level. Kind of sucks to be below that. I was thinking about it too. I was like, you know what? You know the featured paragons or whatever. It's like, oh, just, you know, even if you just bought one, like, what would one be? Like for every new champion, just for the chance. I mean, if you've got one a year, it'd be you know, kind of cool. But you'll eventually get the 6-star anyway from the featured. So like, big whoop. It would really only matter if you got 7-star. And if there's, I mean, the 300 a pop, if you bought for each new champion, there's 24 champions a year, roughly. That's 7,200 units a year. Just buying one crystal. That's $200, more than $200 worth of units. And that's not even like taking like a, like, let's just, you know, like buying a lottery ticket every day, you know, to try and win the lottery. It's like, yeah, it's, you know, $1, you know, and if you win, it's well worth it. Slightly different than, you know, the lottery, because you're not guaranteed. Whoa. The champion, or in the lottery case, like, you're not guaranteed money at some point along the way, whereas like you're technically not guaranteed the 7-star. I mean, there's still champions obviously at the highest rarity I don't own, but I have most of them. So even pulling the 6-star wouldn't be like the biggest thing. Like, it'd be a kind of a nice thing if you pulled the 6-star. You'd have them to work with early if you wanted to use them, if they were good enough. But the 7-star would be where it's at. Where it's at, faux show. Yo, what's up, John Boone? Well, welcome. How's it going, my guy? We're just chilling. Talking stuff don't matter, nonsense, you know, just kind of blabbing when there's nothing really specific to talk about. Just saying we broke the 10k units, and I went on a unit rant of like, oh, what if you just bought one featured Paragon for every champion? You know, so that chance, you know, it's like, yeah, just one crystal, don't go overboard on it, but it's like, equivalent wise, I mean, if there's approximately 24 champions a year released, you know, 2 a month, that's 7,200 units a year. It's over $200. I mean, $10 basically worth of units a pop. Obviously I don't spend money on units or anything. But it's like, well, it adds up, man. It's a lot. I'm not just buying one, just for funsies. I was like, comparing that to like buying a lottery ticket, because, you know, it's like $1, and just like to keep buying dollars. Like, it adds up. It's like, oh, it's only, you know, 300 units. It's like, you know, a fraction of what I can grind in a month, but over the course of a year, by the end of the year, I wouldn't have had any units for Banquet if I had done that last year. Like, I just wouldn't have had any. Yeah, I'm free to play. This is news to you, Josh? Nah, I don't spend any money. I mean, I got Morbius, but see, it's I don't have quite the same ideology of it as like BG on the matter. but pretty close. Woohoo! And mostly it's you know, money spent in the game is just terrible value anyway. On occasion, it's like, at least seems like a good deal, as like, probably just because the comparison to like what they usually sell or whatever just seems extra terrible. Like crystals are like garbage. They're the worst. The Valiant Daily, the last one, it's not in the store anymore obviously, but like the one that was like a few days ago they offered, actually seemed pretty good for 20 bucks. What that got you seemed pretty solid, to be fair, if I'm being perfectly honest. Ooh, 3. Dang. I love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we go home. But yeah. But obviously I didn't, you know, get that because money. Like, it's always like, oh, if you get the champion from the crystal, if you only ever open one and you get it, like, it's definitely worth 300 units. But I mean, you can spend thousands and get nothing to show for it, like literally nothing. I mean, I've spent lots and lots of units on even, like, I bought the gold crystals. Complete waste, as you know, the chance to get gold pool was like super tiny. I bought like a fair bit of them, not like a crap ton, but like a fair bit of them, and I didn't need gold. Yeah, like you saw it with Onslow, exactly. Of course, that was after like a 7-star. Like, I'm sure it didn't take him that long for him to pull a 6-star version. If you get a 6-star in one, pretty, I'd say worth 300 units to have it, you know, that early. I almost bought just one, like, bullseye one, just like on the off chance, you know, like pull the 6-star, just because he's that good right now. Like, yeah, you know, if I get him, great, it'll go up. So I can make use of him. Because the 5-star is just not going to cut it, but... Oof, dang. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, some people like buy the 6-star and like have the crystals for, you know, trying to get the 7-star, and like in the 5 crystals or whatever, you know, I guess they sell more than that now, but like get like the 7-star and the dupe and like the 10 crystals, and it's like, holy crap. Or like when they sold only the 5-star still for like paragons. And like, and you did only get 5 crystals, you know, then you pop 5 and get the 7-star twice, and it's like, that should not happen. Like, maybe one player that'll happen to, like, just given the odds, like that should happen maybe to one player, like, every few months, maybe, depending on how many of those things they sell, you know, but it happens, like, every time they sell the champion, every single champion, so twice a month it happens, at multiple times, people get the 7-star, and twice, out of the limited crystals. It's like, statistically, that's just wrong. It's like, I never hit those kind of statistics whenever I open stuff, like, ever. My statistical luck is almost always garbage. I've hit in, like, good statistical odds, like getting units from, like, but as far as, like, champions go, like, it's always awful. Like, another thing that, like, shouldn't happen is, like, pulling, you know, the same champion out of 2 crystals in a row. Like, that happens all the freaking time. With over 200 champions in the crystal, pulling, you know, if you open 2 6-stars and pulling the same 6-star, like, that just shouldn't happen almost ever, but it's happened many times, and some people have gone 3, 4 champions the same in a row, even way less statistically likely. You know, but it just happens and happens and happens to so many people. You know, and part of it, maybe it's like, well, a lot of stuff gets opened, and, you know, you have confirmation bias, because, like, only when it does happen, people, like, show it off, but when it's, you know, not, you don't notice it, that it's not, or whatever. Because, you know, you tend to find patterns in things that you're looking for, you know, as it goes, you know. But, yeah. Kushala would be one. I would love a Kushala. She would be sweet. Seems... What the heck? I was blocking. Jerk face. Okay, that one's like... How come we can't do that? Like, immediate, and then, like, I'm trying to combo. Like, the evade happens, and I'm immediately hit in the face. Like, whenever you're playing a champion that evades, they evade so far back that you'll get hit twice after an evade. Like, you can't punish after an evade. Like, it just never happens. Like, you're just gonna get... You can either back up, or you're hit in the face still. It's like, well, what good was my evade? Like, come on! It was like a guaranteed, like, controlled, like, you know you're getting an evade. Like, it just doesn't happen. Flapped. Run number 2. If I can get at least... I'd like at least... I mean, minimum you don't want 3, because it's 3 a day. But if you can get 4... Day 1, that sets you up so nicely, especially if you can get a 4th run day 2 as well, and then you only have to do 1 run of the 4 stars on either Wednesday or Saturday, whichever round you're playing, which is quite nice. It's very satisfying to have to not do that much. Which is why, like, the game feels, like, kind of weird in any given thing when there's less to do. Like, when you're caught up on stuff without Battlegrounds, there's, like, it feels like there's just nothing to do in the game oftentimes. It's like, well, arena's done. It takes less time to do, like, just milestones than it ever did before, with just bigger accounts. There's no story content I need to, like, get through to catch up. There's no endgame content, that's all done, so I don't need to, like, try and grind any resources for doing anything like that. Like, no revives, no potions. war doesn't take that much time or effort. AQ, just a couple minutes, a couple times a day, you know. And this is like the last day of the cycle too, so there's not even going to be AQ for the next few days. Well, it's like, well, what are we doing? We'll just watch today's stream. Not going to take very long, because we're not using energy refills for anything. We've already done like the highest difficulty stuff of the event quest, so there's no like need for that. Event quest completion is not on, which you don't need energy refills to hit all that either because of the Thronebreaker difficulty. Added, and there's so many points available. And before, that one was like the hardest one to hit the milestones in, because and it required energy refills to do in 24 hours. Like, not anymore. Not even close. Just get it done. Just get it done. So we're chilling, hanging out while we do a little bit of arena that we need. So we start out with this one. By the time we finished this and a couple other like a 6-star, 7 stars arena, or AQ and all that. By the time all that's done, it might have taken, you know, the full 2 hours to do like a final run through of 4 stars again. Okay, I thought I went too early there. And then that would be done, because then there'd be nothing else to do, and we already would have gone through the arena twice. So, I'll wait for BG rewards. Yeah, that'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow those will come out. Then I'll have a 7-star to open, which will be nice. Which will be nice. Alright, we're gonna come back to the arena, but I need to burn AQ energy. I do need to actually do war today, but I can do that later. It's whatever. It's whatever. So we'll burn our energy here. Burn the energy. It'd be really nice if I could get 2, but there's just not enough shards for me to get 2. 7 stars. Although C5, or Celestial just in general, gives you almost a full one by itself. Not gonna do that much, is it? No. Get out of here. Ooh, yeah. Be nice though. It won't put me that far off of a second 7-star. It depends on where I finish solo, because I think Alliance placement. Does Alliance placement give any 7-star shards, or is it just your solo? I can never keep track. But I usually am not that high in solo placement. So, ideally, I could get in like the top like 1,000, but we're probably, or at least like in the top 1,000 to 2,000 mark. But honestly, we're probably not even there. Get out of here. Right, yo, what's up? Getting a couple people in here now. That's how we do. But yeah, where did you end up finishing, though, John? For the season? And how many like solo points did you put up? Kabam bam, yo. Whatever. My solo was about 515,000 points. I think, something like that. Something like that. Dang, Photon overtakes Nick Fury. Oh, man. Well, at least now, all the Ascensions are in line. All 9 of them are in line. Although Doom comes very, very close to being above Kingpin, because Kingpin's lower on the list. So now you can do 3, my top 3 teams are all ascended, which is kind of cool. Figure out who I want the 10th Ascension to be. Kind of want to do Hulkling, but nope, it reconnected. Haha. We good. It reconnected. Supposedly. We came back. It crashed there for a second though. Sort of. Like gave me a pop-up. But 540, dang, I don't think I've ever crossed 500 points. Oh, what? You dexed out of that, you jerk. One of these seasons I'll cross 500. It's kind of weird. Even when we get like really good participation, like points wise, the scores for the end of the season are always roughly around the same. Like C6 is like pushes up to, you know, like the 380s, 400-ish. C5 was like, it was a little bit lower than we've like seen, because like the one season I think the bottom of C5 was like 420 plus, 430 maybe, was like the highest minimum I think, but it's usually right around that like 400-ish mark, a little over. And then C6 or like C4 is like in the 600s, and then like top 3 are anywhere from like the high 600s to 700 something. I don't think we've ever had anyone end the season over 800, although we see 800 get crossed a couple times at the top, but it's never kept very long. It just ends up dropping down. Like the scores go up there pretty quickly, but then people just like don't play as much once they do. It's kind of weird. You think, you know, more people getting to the Gladiator circuit earlier than before would have made like the scores overall be higher, and it really hasn't seemed like it has. Like people like get to a certain level and then just stop, as like it's an assumed like this is where these cutoffs are gonna land, and because of that the cutoffs do land there. It's kind of weird. So we don't see like every season like the points like creeping up. They're always like around the same, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it's nice that it's kind of steady in a way, but it's also just kind of weird that we don't see it like creep at all. Obviously, you know, it will go higher as more people like push and just have a better time, and depending on the metas. But I felt we had a really good like really well balanced for the level I play at anyway. Other people like depending on the rosters, might have had a rougher time. But like from the level I play at, my roster developed enough. Both metas for the whole season were so much better than the last couple. It was great. Power Shield was interesting. It was very kind of draft dependent, but because of the way it kind of leaned out, it mattered who you had more than like their rank was. Meaning, as long as you had the champion, you could use them, because it didn't matter if they were like the highest ranked of your deck. Like you could just use them. You know, the big nuky ones, Tigra, probably the nukiest of them all being freaking Werewolf, especially the first at the start, because it was full moon at the start of the season. You just like cooked so hard. It was ridiculous. Scorpion also, like, he could have been a little bit lower ranked and just kind of crushed stuff. You know, he's like big things that just like, as long as you had the right attacker, like, you were just crushing those fights. It's kind of insane. And then the safeguard, it obviously lended towards like the bigger end to some extent, because for the dot damaging one, at least, for, you know, more potent dots basically. But again, if you were using the right champions and the right matchups, you were doing pretty solid. You were doing pretty well. Kate was huge. There's a lot of actually good shiners that, like, even Viv was doing really, really good. Mike Red was doing fair. Champions I just wasn't running, you know. It's doing pretty well. Really? Intercept me like that? Yeah, ascended Mega Red too, like, can do some stuff, man. Apparently that only happens if you do a 5-hit combo. Whatever. No damage. None damage. Freeze him. Very nice. Oh, I forget, John. Did you ever? I was, you know, talked about it before, but I don't remember if you ever got into the discussion. How was the raid week for you and your alliance? There was more alliances than I thought that just didn't finish them. That like selected to do them and like just weren't able to finish. Obviously that was, I don't know, I'm not sure like how many like were in our exact shoes, because like we ran all 3, finished 2 of them, but we still were in a pretty worse spot compared to where we would have been if we had, because like guaranteed we probably would have placed higher if we had finished 100%. We're guaranteed no less than what our usual placement was if we 100% the maps, obviously. 41. Is that about where you usually finish? With like map 8? Because our last map 8 week, we finished 42nd. We've also, you know, I kind of assumed like roughly the top 30 alliances were going to be running it and be able to finish, you know, 100% all the maps, you know, to, you know, keep their placements and stuff. But who did you use for it? I was Vanguard and used Titania, and she crushed it. And I knew she would because I saw it. You know, I watched, you know, some of the CCP running it and testing stuff, and saw that she was just gonna be like, okay, well, I know she works well. I've got her. You know, I'm gonna do this thing. You know. Although it's almost worse to have like a max level and running suicide, although I don't think that would affect it that much because of everything else, but like in the case of like needing to use anything other than the 100% revives you were given, the higher like ranked and rarity like your champion was, like the bigger health pool they had was like worse because like you'd have less health percentage wise for like running recoil purposes. Obviously, having more health would be better, but other than the percentage ones, you wouldn't be. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Hulkling definitely better than Kushala. Hulkling goated. I kind of wanted to try Angela because I have the. Because I wanted options that would like I would be able to do with recoils too. Because I was like, well, Titania I knew could do it because of the indestructible and stuff. She gains health from willpower when she's indestructible, and all that good stuff. So she's just overall pretty tanky, big health pool. She has like 91,000 health points at rank 3. So I was just like, I had a lot of health to work with. But yeah, Hulkling seems like we're doing pretty good. I watched Nick's video on Raid just a little bit ago, and apparently Iron Man frickin' crushes it. Pretty insane. It's like hitting so ridiculously hard. Granted, with a rank 2, you know, who cares? Crap. Ooh. Oh crap. I didn't have the light charge anymore. That was my fault. I kind of want to try Angela because I know she could do well with recoils too. Hulkling isn't like the worst with recoils. Arguably one of the better options also for doing Ultron because it doesn't have energy based attack, so there's no regen involved. And he gains power faster than your average champion as well, with the way he gains extra power from when he gets his buffs. It's also quite nice. Yeah, I think a lot of what skewed a lot of people's experience, I think as well, was just using suboptimal options. Because I watched Simula's video on this, and I think it went pretty well the way he did his video on it. Because like him, Bitter Steel, and MSD, you know, just before, a couple days before the raids week started, you know, did like a full clear, just like on call over the course of like 2 hours. Oh, what's up, Afo? Happy Thursday. Yo, Hussein with the buck 50. Let's get you up there, man. Hussein or water with the buck 50. If need be, I'll like adjust that. But yo, what's up? Let's go ahead and I have to like stretch out the. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know it's. No, I know it's. It's this one. I know. Over. Bingo. I'm well aware. Okay. But yo. I keep forgetting I need to move that down too. Hold on. The size I think is fine, but I gotta move it down. Hold on. I'm gonna do that. Alert box. Move it down so it's. Okay, it was there. Now it's centered. What the heck? Whatever, let's try that. Alright, we'll try that for the next one, because it's like, it's always like just a little bit too high for like things that pop up on the screen normally. Anyway, as I was saying, the Simula's video on the raids. You know, he was like, oh, it was a great time doing it on the beta server. Had a blast and everything, but had like, it was a very unfun experience on the live, which I feel like was the general consensus for the average person. And I think you hit the nail on the head with, you know, like the tuning for certain things, and you make certain things more clear. That like just the way it was set up, there's no real reason to, as he put it, like experiment at all with, you know, champions and boosts, because like if you chose poorly, you're just gonna have a miserable time for the week. There's you know, as limited as it was. I mean, there's like two realistically like best ideal options like for each tag, and a very like specific like boost to go along with them. And if you don't get that combination right, you're just not having a good time. And obviously, you know, proposing, you know, like a swap node thing after like the first boss, which I kind of like, you know, if you, and obviously getting rid of the champions being locked in and stuff for the whole week, which is extra stupid, because it's such an extended period of time. You know, like the day of AQ, or you know, I guess 2 days of war now if you do that very early, you know, 2 days. But even then, it's like clear the map early enough. Your champs are unlocked when you finish the map anyway, so it's like champions generally not gonna be locked for more than, you know, a day. Come on. And just like the overall experience was just kind of not handled particularly well. This is being such a long fight. And yeah, and there was a couple things I didn't agree with. That he, you know, had. One being like in regards to, and I think this was like not actually addressed in the video, but he, you know, somebody brought it up in the comments and he addressed it like as a reply that I don't agree with. One of the two, something like that. And that's like the chest rewards. It's not set up in a very fun, fair way. With the rewards like having such extremes of value. You know, because there's a big difference in value between, you know, some of the low-end things, you know, 1,500 7-star shards, 1,500 units, is, you know, especially for somebody that, I mean, for someone that me does a crap ton of arena, like 1,500 units is really nice. It's nice to have that more units, but since I generally only spend units on like the deals and stuff, that's not. I would actually not care for getting the units probably less, maybe, than like the other potential rewards in there. Like I'd certainly rather have 20k Titan shards over 1,500 units. I would spend 1,500 units on a Titan crystal, but that's huge. Not like every time I had 1,500 units, but like I'd be willing if they offered, you know, that every once in a while. Like, yeah, like I want this Titan crystal, it's like guaranteed 7-star for 1,500 units. Like that's pretty darn good. Even though it's, you know, $50 worth, it not everyone might see it as quite that valuable, but you know, it's whatever. But like there being like 20k Titan shards is like a possibility, and then, you know, getting even like 10 paragons or 1,500 7-star shards, even the low end of just pulling Titan crystal shards, period, you know, if you got like the 10% of the crystal, 2,000 Titan shards as 10% of a Titan crystal is so much more valuable because they're harder to come by than 10% of a 7-star, even though they're both 10% of a getting a 7-star. Like it's, yeah, but like, yeah, most people would spend 1,500 units to get a Titan, like, but like I wouldn't spend 1,500 for 1,500 7-star shards or 1,500 units on a quarter of a oh crap, got so lucky there, almost lost the streak. Or probably like Treasure of the Anti-Era. And lost my train of thought. This guy is hurting me big time. There we go. Or like spend 1,500 units on a quarter of a T6C, like. Yeah, BG store, they need to cheapen up the 7-star shards, period. Like, the BG store just needs updated. Because I was talking about this yesterday, I think it was, that AQ was updated after. Oh shoot, the AQ store was updated after the BG store initially was. So AQ rewards upgraded 5 months ago, and they just got updated. BG store was last updated 7 months ago. So they've not been touched in 7 months. The game has come a long way in the last 7 months. Like a really long way in the last 7 months. I mean, we've gotten 7 stars in that time, roughly. A little bit longer, I guess, because the BG store update came after 7-star shards. That's why there's 7-star shards in there, but they're not like a large amount, because it was like right after they got added, which is why it's such a small quantity. They did increase the quantity and reduce the price, because the price is absurd. Even if they increase the quantity, they'd have to increase the quantity by so much to keep the price the same that it just, I wouldn't want that. I'd rather just straight up be cheaper, to have a lower buy-in, and just get slightly less for it, and take longer to get the shards at that point. I would prefer. So I don't think they can sell Titan shards straight up, or I don't think they will. I think just being able to get more 7 stars is more important. Because the more 7 stars you get, the more you dupe, the more Titan shards you get that way. I'm fine with that. Like adding more Titan shards from like content and stuff, I would be more okay with than just straight selling. And increase the acquisition and stuff. So that's what I'd like to see. I think, like I was saying, I think they need to add. I think they need to up the 7-star shards in the BG store from. I mean, this is like bare minimum. More would be obviously better, but like because like it resets weekly, you know, I can see it not like going crazy. So like if it was higher than this, it would be great. But like for a 10 cap, like a max purchase of 10 of them, make it 500. So you can get 5,000 7-star shards a week, and each purchase only be like 800. So for like 8,000, you get a third of a crystal. Meaning a full crystal would be 24,000 trophy tokens. Yeah, like in the in-game BG store. Yeah, I know. Like in the deals and stuff, they'll have like Titan shards in there for like in like the big sales and stuff. But I don't think, like even when we have like a side quest store, I'd rather like Titan shards be as part of like the quest as opposed to like the store kind of deal. Even if yeah, so it's just like we need to increase 7-star shards acquisition. Yeah, barely. And that will just, as an effect, increase the amount of Titan shards we get. But they also need to, you know, give Titan shards out more as well in content and stuff. There's not that much. And honestly, what's crazy right now, there's between the side quest and the side quest objectives, the side quest has like so many more rewards in it than the event quest. Side quest is supposed to be just like on the side, like a, you know, a small dish in addition to, not like the majority of the rewards. Why is event, like they need to bump up event quest rewards. Like they've been increasing the side quest rewards. Now the side quest is better than the main event quest, which makes no sense. Like this month's side quest is really good. Like if you're gonna do anything in the game, like do the side quest, completely ignore the event quest. apart from like doing Thronebreaker, so you can do Paragon, which also has 7-star shards in it, which is more than what you get out of the side quest, or actually about the same, I think, because it's 3,000. But you do that for like the thingamabobber. Whoops. Whoopsie. But yeah, does that make any sense? Like, why should the side quest have like I'm fine with where the side quest rewards are. I think those are good, but they're currently better than the main event quest rewards. So like, why? When it takes longer and more effort to do like the main event quest than the side quest. The side quest is just like a top-on addition to, you know. It's just kind of weird, and it makes no sense. Like, I really like this style of side quest, the setup for it, and being able to do all the difficulties and get like the lower tiered stuff. I really like that personally. Because there's a lot you actually miss out on when you only get to do like the top difficulty or two, or if you're in a setup where you can only do like the top difficulty and you don't get like 4-star shards or stuff. You're missing out on ISO, which is, you know, huge. Yeah, and the Paragon Gauntlet is really nice, but again, you have to, like, how long has the Paragon Gauntlet been out now? I don't know. Like, it's better obviously for Paragons, but like, you're at the point, like, it's always lagging behind the highest progression title. Like, we didn't get a Thronebreaker difficulty until well into Paragons being a thing. We didn't get the Paragon Gauntlet until, you know, pretty recently, right before Valiant became, or not right before, but like, you know, but not that long before Valiant was a thing, you know. Like it was, you know, Paragon's been out for years now, and it took them, you know, over a year before we got the difficulty of Paragon, you know. Like, why is it lag behind so far? And don't get me started again on the stupid what that tipped up. I'm not gonna reach it. Fudge. On the stupid daily and weekly objective crystals. Like, those are still only Cav. Why did we never get Thronebreaker objective crystals or Paragons? And now we have Valiant players getting, like, they were never great even as a like a Cav player. Like, they're not like busted. I mean, I could see they need to, like, I mean, you get 10 a week, because 3 from the weekly and 1 every day, 7 days, so you get 10 a week. And I'm getting close to the so this year, it'll take a couple more months. I'm gonna actually record this and make a video. I'm gonna have a full year's worth of those stupid crystals. My last one, which I had done the opening a while ago, and I only just recently like actually posted the video. But I opened 100 of them, of those stupid objective crystals, and showed like what I got out of 100. I'm gonna do a full year's worth of them. And that's a year's worth at being Paragon, plus of having these Cav objective crystals, and be like, and just a year's worth. So being a year would be 520. I have over 400 right now, so we're not that far off. It's going, okay, that's gonna hurt. And just to show off like how garbage these things are. Like there's gonna be a lot of like just basic ISO, some shards, but like not a significant amount over the course of like a year. Granted, they're basically free, basically. But it's not like just logging in and that's it. I mean, you have to do the objective. But if you're playing the day, you know, most of the objectives are something you're just gonna can easily complete while you're doing other stuff. Yeah, I'm Valiant Alpha. Das ist korrekt. Get wrecked. Yeah. Get dead. So it's just gonna be, it's just wild, man. It doesn't make any sense. Ooh. And you know, when did Thronebreaker come out? Because that would be like when they should have like changed. That was ages ago. I mean, that was with Act 6 finishing. So like when Abyss came out. So that was like going on 4 years ago now, right? It's more than that. Hold on. I need to like look this up now. Like when did the Abyss came out? Is of Legends. Release. Day 1, 4 years ago. Can I get the exact date? It would have been, you know, Thronebreaker would have been like slightly before this. Will it tell me the January 22nd? So almost exactly 4 years ago. So Thronebreaker came out over 4 years ago. So these objective crystals have been outdated for more than 4 years. Like, why? For what purpose? Oops. This was not supposed to restart. Let's go to this one. It's wild. It's just insane. Yeah, so that's enough of that. We're having some hard matches now. Let's just do our representative ones. It's just, it's the little things. Like, if they at least need to make them Paragon across the board, I'd be really happy if they made like a Valiant level 1, that it was at least part of like the weekly ones, because they have to balance it, because like you have to imagine like you get 10 of these crystals a week, so like maybe have like the daily ones always lag like a progression behind, because you can get fewer of those, so make them slightly better, and the daily ones, you know, a little bit lower. Like even that would be better. So have like a Paragon, like daily, and a Valiant weekly. You know, if you're Paragon, maybe have like a Thronebreaker daily, and a Cav weekly or something. You know. Just to balance out the rewards if they just like make their even if they so just like make the rewards a little bit better in them. You know. I mean, we can get from the web store the stupid Legends crystal every week for free, doing literally nothing. Like you don't even have to log in. It's all in the web store, and then whenever you log in, like you will have gotten the stupid thing. So you literally have to do nothing in game. It's outside the game that you get the stupid thing. And that has some insanely good value rewards in it for free once a week. Like, why can't something that exists solely in the game be decent? I don't get it. And it wouldn't be like it would be that hard. Because, like, they know their game economy and what they're willing to have in it. Like, they can break it down. Because, especially with something like this, where this is like, okay, there is a set amount of these max you can get within a limited amount of time. You know, what are they willing to give us? Break it down, and then just make it a crystal. Like, it can't be that hard. Because Kebab, yeah, you're right. What's up, Misery Lorson? It's just... I'm ranting on the stupid objective crystals again. Because they're so bad. And so outdated. Because I just looked this up. They were more outdated than I thought. Thronebreaker came out more than 4 years ago. And the highest we have is Cav level crystals. So they've been outdated for more than 4 years. Like, I didn't even think I guess they must have been, because, like, I remember, I'm pretty sure we had, like, uncollected versions of these stupid crystals and stuff. You still have revives and overflow. That's fair. I'm glad to be caught up on those, because, like, apart from, like, doing, like, the Eternity of Pain ones, so, like, Karina's 3, I guess, or was it, or were those Karina's 2? I think those were Karina's, like, version, like, 3, right? EOP was version 3, that's what I thought. Because version 1 and 2, the rewards are just garbage, and require, even in the state of the game, like, because they're limiting the champions you use. Like, you can only use certain champions, like, for doing, like, the Labyrinth and Abyss ones. They just cost so many revives. Especially the Labyrinth ones with 4 stars. Those arguably probably take longer and take more revives than the stupid Abyss ones. Yeah. The Abyss ones were alright. I enjoyed that one. Especially the one where you didn't actually even have to do the entire quest. You just had to get through a specific boss. And that one was actually really, really fun. Doing it with, like, Null and stuff. Yeah. Well, technically we have the Glory Store now. Has a Valiant level to it. But, that's it. And the daily. And we have the calendar. Woohoo, free stuff. But, like, as far as, like... And the free stuff is nice, but, like, I want Valiant to mean something for elsewhere in the game other than just free stuff, you know? Glory Store, took too long. Like, it took them, what, over 2 months before they updated it with Valiant? Like, it needed to be, like, within a month to really encourage people to really want to hit that next title. Because, like, you know... And make the people that get it earlier you know, actually get value for having done it earlier. If they don't make any changes to anything for 3-4 months, what's the point of being valiant as early as possible if they're not going to have the value for being there earlier over somebody, you know, that got it, you know, right before or right when, like, a store updated for it finally. Like, there's just, they need that incentive. Because the calendar's really nice. It really is. But that can't be like a good enough incentive. Like, 'cause you're not playing the game to get that. You're just logging in, you know. The mutant one was the easiest, I would say, or at least the most fun, or the better one. That one and the spiders. The Karina's Challengers one was the hardest of the Abyss ones. The mutant one was nice, and what made it harder, personally, the way I did it, the Karina's Challengers one probably could have been easier, but I did it specifically so that I was doing paths I hadn't already run for those two, because I hadn't 100% the map yet. So I'd only done 2 paths and had 3 paths left, so I had to find 2 paths to do those 2, and then I had 1 path left for 100%ing after the fact, which I did do, so. Nolan Spiders, yeah, I had fun with that one. Noel was a good time. I'd ranked up the 5-star for it, but I ended up pulling the 6-star. So I ended up using the 6-star for it. Unawakened, I believe. I did too many again. But yeah, I didn't have Miles ranked up for it. I didn't rank up Miles until I did the EOP one. So I don't think I had Miles to start with, or wasn't able to rank him up or something to that effect. I don't know, something like that. Well, I rushed it. I kind of expected potentially slightly better, like, Christmas gift. I rushed it. Like, the best thing would have been, like, if you were Valiant before, like, the mini calendar they did for the anniversary calendar. If you're Valiant for that, that was really nice because it had twice, it had Titan shards and twice of everything else over Paragon in the calendar, and the gift was twice as much 7-star shards, basically, given what you got, half for Paragon and a full just straight crystal for Valiant. But that was one reason I pushed Valiant so hard, is I wanted to have it in time for the gift. So I was like, well, it could be really, really good. There really wasn't a particularly incentive to push it to be Valiant for Cyber Weekend. The Valiant offer kind of was garbage. I mean, slightly, yeah, slightly underwhelming. Like, people were speculating, like, maybe we'll get like a Titan, or maybe like a class 7-star or something. I would have taken either of those over like just a straight basic. But I don't know. It's whatever. It's what it is. We got our hopes too high, that's for sure. And then it just, it took them way too long to do like a store update. And we're still waiting on another store update. and just their updates to rewards are lag so far behind the state of the game. Like it's mind-boggling. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, and I even have like, and it's nice. I'm glad they updated it. But because of the way in which they updated it, they basically put it in line with the BG store. Because their initial update, which updated after the BG store, was still always better than the AQ, like the Glory store for AQ. Because of the way it's structured, with the increasing costs and the much more limited currency, week to week, it was basically half as valuable as the BG store update, even though like the max you could get from like of each thing, if you bought the max, was equivalent. Because of the more limited currency, you couldn't actually buy as much as you could from the BG store, so therefore you're getting basically half as much. And now that it's been updated, because of that same reason, even almost just as bad. What's up, Intresses? It's now kind of in line with the Battlegrounds store, the way it currently is. And if they keep the trend and, like, you know, do the same thing, double the values, the BG store will still once again be the best, and be twice as valuable as the Glory store, and the Glory store will still feel outdated, even though it just got updated. Because I really am not a fan with the way they updated it. The best change to it was the T6. They made much cheaper, and the addition of the T6 class selectors was huge. Like, very, very nice. I very, very like that. I was not looking. I don't know why I wasn't looking. I was like, oh yeah, this fight's over for some reason. It's not. Lost my train of thought. Probably they'll add. No, we know T4A to BG store once the update. Ooh. Maybe that's what they're waiting on? If they did, I could see it, but it would be such a small amount that your average person is not going to buy it. I probably won't. It's just going to be too expensive for what you'll get out of it. They'll probably, like, at best, if you max it out, maybe you get 20% of a catalyst, and you need 3. I would imagine the probably maxed out would be like 10%. I could see it. Like I'd say 20% would be lucky, and it would cost too much to be worth picking up. Jeez, man. Holy crap, you have such disparity in those catalysts. But no, we already know where the other, like, 7-star Deathless King group pieces are going to be. Banquet crystals, really? Wow. and it's not in Battlegrounds. We got it from EQ objective for Paragon Gauntlet for this piece. Next month or in March, there's gonna be some like Karina's level kind of ish challenge for another piece. That'll be piece number 3. And then the 4th piece, I forget where. Lorson, do you remember? There's like a from their lives. Let me see if I can find this actually. Let me Google this. Let's see. I'm making just a new tab at Google. MCOC Deathless. King Groot pieces. See if I can't. Here we go. So in game we got one for free. Paragon Gauntlet Challenge was this month. Next month or March there's gonna be Community Communities challenges. March there's gonna be another new challenge content, and then in April more challenge content for the final piece. So most of the pieces are gonna come from like doing a challenge of some sort, which I'm a big fan of, because there's if we take it to be anything like the guillotine piece, it's not going to be just the piece. We'll get also like 7-star shards or something nice to go along with it. I mean, we got a full freaking 7-star for getting the when we got the guillotine piece, and you didn't have to get the piece to get the 7-star. Like the 7-star was on the 3rd quest, or the piece was on the 3rd quest, and you got the 7-star after doing the first 2. So I could see it being quite nice. Having all this extra challenge content in the next couple months, it'd be really, really nice. No, they're not selling any of the pieces. Like, it's going to require no money for any of the, like they specifically said, like it's not going to be any of them are going to be for money, which means you're not going to need units, because I mean, even the one that was in Banquet, the level it was at was such that you didn't have to have units to get it. Like, you could have gotten it for free. Sasquatch and Titania are my rank 3s. And Trasses. So. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuffs. That is quite a disparity, though. How many units did you spend on the Banquet to wind up with that kind of disparity? You had to open up a fair bit of crystals to get that much of those catalysts to, you know, have that kind of disparity. Must have had quite a few opened. Almost 100,000 units. Jeez, no wonder. Sheesh. Dang. That is wild. Ouchie. I wouldn't have spent that much even if I had 100,000. I just what was in the crystals was just not valuable enough. Like, they were just I wanted to just do like the more or less the minimum I needed for like doing the like the milestones, basically. Yeah, exactly. Not worth. Yeah, not worth it at all. That's still like super rare to have gotten that. I mean, the percentage odds were like, I don't know, for that specifically was like what, like 1 in 1,000 crystals. if not worse. It's very, very bad. Dang. That's wild. I mean, I have Thanos as a 4. I think is it only a 6-star I don't have him as? I think I have the 4 and maybe the 5-star. I don't even know. Something like that. Something like that. Next year's, I feel like if they split it to different progressions, the lower progression people will be less happy with it. Obviously, because like it's always been significantly better the lower your progression because it's not progression based. But if they finally do make it progression based, the lower progression people will not be happy. But it will actually be valuable enough for the higher progression people. So it's kind of a, because they've done it this way for so long, that it's like been so like kind of brokenly busted for small accounts to be opening up those crystals because they weren't tailored around really brand new accounts being able to open them roughly. They've been more balanced kind of around mid-tier players, not like newer players. But yeah, newer players can get them and therefore just kind of be well above where their account should be rewards wise. And I don't know, it just, maybe it's just me, but I feel it makes, oh my gosh, I was dexing dick. I feel like it often winds up for worse low-end players, like skill-wise. Because a lot of people like they'll hit like a roadblock story quest, and you have to go through story because that's why you get the progressions and stuff. But people like get roadblocked, they struggle a little bit in Act 5, and then Act 6 is such a massive jump over Act 5, they just like stop doing it and like never come back to it. So they'll have like rank 3s champions, rank 3 6-stars, and they haven't touched Act 6 at all. It's like rank 3s weren't even possible at first. Like the first possible rank 3 was either like massive whaling, I think, or 100%ing the entirety of Act 6. Was how you had to get the first rank 3, or you know, doing the abyss to get the catalyst or whatever. And people will hit that roadblock and just like give up on story, and it's crazy. Is the, oh, you're talking about like the small account? Yeah. But yeah, it's wild, man. So like getting, you know, even the small amount of like 7-star shards for like the smaller account, because their first 2 7-stars are only going to cost 10,000, and you know, it's a 7-star is be so bustedly strong for them, because they're so strong. You know, the earlier they can get a 7-star, like the crazier. Could have gotten crap tons of 6-stars, even just opening up the ones they got for the crystals they got for free, without even if they didn't spend any units. Even more so if they happen to get lucky, because you could get like up to like 15,000 6-star shards in a single crystal. Minimum was like 4,000. The minimum used to be like 1,000, which always felt like garbage, but it is. But yeah, anyway, it's just, so like the high-end players would definitely be more inclined to want like progression based. If you're at the highest progression level, you want progression based stuff, because like that's how you get the best out of it. But, like if you're not at the highest, then you know it not being split that way, you know, makes it worse for you. So you're less incentivized to want it that way. So it's gonna be a hard thing for them to do it, but like. And obviously, it ended up not really hurting them this year, because people still spent oodles, craps, tons of money, and it was one of their most successful banquet, like Christmas events ever. Like they made way crap tons of money, and I thought they would make less, given you know the level of stuff that was in them, and for like the high end. But it was like the mid tier players that are spenders that ended up spending like the most. Apart from like some of the, you know, the top whales that just whale out for, you know, coming in, trying to come in the top 3 spots or whatever. And it's just wild. Wild variance. It was, even last year, I put up over, because I had the units, I was draining myself down to basically 0 for, you know, just because that's what I normally would do, is like end of the year just spend all my units on the banquet or gifting or, you know, whatever. And I dropped 31,500 units. It was a lot. But this last year I did technically slightly over the absolute bare minimum, because we got extra free crystals, but like I wanted to open up the final milestone earlier, then I didn't want to wait for it, so I ended up spending 12,000 units. And that was it. 12,000 units. So I had less to spend anyway, because I had spent even more than I did last year on like Cyber and July 4th. And I think I grinded less overall, so I had less to work with. So there's that. Because you get a lot of units throughout the year if you keep up on the grind, but I really wasn't. There was a lot of weeks where I just wasn't doing any arena or all of the arena, you know, so there was just a lot of units I was missing out on. And part of that was like, you know, just my schedule didn't really allow for it that well. Because what little time I had, I didn't feel like doing Arena 2, so it was like kind of a combination of things. So with all the traveling and stuff, different working schedule. But it was interesting. Very, very wild, though. Looks like we're not going to have any trouble hitting the 2-hour mark for doing the forcers again, though. Great, like, even though I feel like I spend less time in Arena than I have, like, in the past, like, on streams, just because I'm, like, not going through like all of them, but because I have like more 7 stars and stuff to go through, and you know the build up is just different. I'm still spending like a fair bit of time in the arena, even though it feels a lot easier. And again, it's partly because like I front load it try to front load it pretty heavily, so like the final day, like I have to do just a partial run, if any run at all, you know. But especially when there's other stuff to do in game, like battlegrounds or other content that is done, it was a lot finishing up trying to deal with Necropolis and stuff, because those runs took 5-6 hours a run plus. You know, I think probably I averaged maybe at least like 6 hours a run. Even though I spread it out over the course of, you know, like a month, like overall, because like the first two paths, like I did first path day 1. And then the second path was like significantly later, or like, you know, a while later, quite a bit later. And then I, you know, I guess it was more like a month and a half after it came out. Maybe closer to 2 months, because like my first path I did day 1, and then the second path I worked on and did. You know, I didn't do it for at least 2 weeks. I think it was more than 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure it was more than 2 weeks. I spent like at least 3 weeks building up the stash again, because I wanted to build up like the 40%ers all the way up again, and did less of like the farming. Just went really slow about it. So like 2-3 weeks did the second path. And then maybe like a week and a half later I was just like, okay, well, I don't need as many 40%s. I'm using, you know, a different champion now. It's gonna be cheaper. Having, you know, Kate ranked up, ascended and everything. It's similar with Slayers? What? Huh? And then I did kind of like 2 paths at a time after that. Like a week and a half later I did you know, a run of the following Saturday, and then a run Sunday, and then like 2 weeks later I did must have been 2 weeks later, because there was no way I did it 2 weeks in a row, right? I'd have to look. Pretty sure it was parsed out. Yeah, Slayer of Gods is the CGR guy, but like your question doesn't make sense. You would similar with Slayer, don't you? It just reads weird and makes no sense. I don't know what you're asking. 4 paths with Kate. I did 1 path without Kate before I had like Kate ranked up, and it just ended up going poorly. And the other 5 I did with Kate, and a couple of them still went poorly because Kate didn't do super well on a couple of fights. I had a rough time on. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. Dude, Kate was so awesome for it. I loved it. Kate was so much fun to use. All the funsies. But how come you opted to do 2 paths with a rank 4 Aegon instead of just finishing with Kate? I mean, for the right side, Aegon definitely is better than Kate, I would say. For some of the fights. Left side, Kate, like, all the way, though. Fam was rough. Aegon is probably, like, the best option for that fight, because he's just big dumb. But yeah, because part of it was like also was like, because I could have ranked up Aegon and done it with Aegon, but I was like, I opted against it because I was like, yeah, he's gonna be viable, but he's not gonna be like. This is like before it actually came out, because like I could have ranked him up beforehand. So like, yeah, he'll be viable, but so like he'll actually work again. But I'm like, he's not gonna be the best option again. And it turns out he was like the best option again, as far as like just efficiency wise, like time efficiency wise. There's nobody faster unless you were like soloing everything with Kate. And even then, Aegon friggin' just crushed things if you had him at the equivalent level and just played him in a particular fashion. It was like insane speed-wise, and had the easiest time versus the Grandmaster too, because you could just kind of ignore the prompts in the third phase, which was by far the worst phase. Crappy AI and just very uncooperative. It's crazy that, you know, he's been like soloed. It's like I could come to that fight 100 times and not get a good enough AI to have that happen. And I would certainly mess it up, even if the AI would cooperate. You know, I'd mess up well before that, before I could ever get it to happen. So it's like, all right, well, peace out, Entrastus. Thanks for stopping in and chatting. It's always nice. Crazy. Crazy. Come on. Get out of here. That works. Sheesh. No shield for you. I am so happy with the Venom, man. Oh. So happy pulling the Venom, man. Unbelievable. Wow, that debuff did a thing, didn't it? Freaking intimidate, and he like does a weird thing. Resist! Ah, I freaking hate that master. With a passion. Irritating. Irritating. Looking forward to this guy's buff. Do we have details on his buff starting next month, and then it'll like come out in like April or something? Maybe. Still feel like it'll take forever, but something along those lines, maybe. Like whenever he turns good, that'll be nice. Das would be nice. Oof. Oof. Nice. Yeah, just punch me in the face, why don't you? It's like almost the same kind of like... Yeah, you're dead. Like special hits is like almost like it's slightly faster, I think. It's like almost identical to Spidey Supreme special one. Nearly, not quite though. I was so slow on dexing that. Ouch. Full unblockable dex. Booyah! Heck, Shaya. Let's see. Rank 4s. Rank 4s. With these guys is. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's do it! The man's got no reach. She recovers so friggin' quickly. I don't know how I got hit by that in the first place. I don't know what was going on there. That was a bit wild. Ugh. That works. It wasn't even that slow. 15 seconds. I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's see, and we get what kind of ISO for this? Tech ISO. Whatever, unnecessary. Mystic ISO would be really needed, so really nice if I could have gotten if this was the featured, but no. Besides, we already have an awakened. See, where did Bullseye end up in here now? Did he crack into the top? No, he's still below Hyperion. Lame. His PI is not that high. I mean, that's only Sig 20, but like, still. To be at the bottom of the list, this dude's not 6,200, is he? He is 6,200. Even so. Kind of stupid that he's at the bottom. Because he's so new. I mean, come on, his PI should be better. But no. Fine, be that way. Get clipped. Wrecked house. It was time for prestige these days, right? So, come on. I don't care about the prestige, I just want the PI to be give me those inflated, like, useless numbers. Like, they don't mean anything else otherwise. Oh well. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Like, Unawakened, he was, like, below a bunch of rank 4 champions, so I was like, well, maybe if I finally at least get the dupe on him, like, it'll be... maybe I'll at least go up with the rest of the rank 5s. Like, kind of be in the middle or something, but apparently that was too much to ask for him. Oh well. And here I just want 15 rounds done. That's all. Come on. That's it, and then we can just ignore it for a little while. Prestige doesn't matter, right? Like, yeah, and still the only place Prestige even comes into play is AQ. I'm kind of glad. People take it less seriously than they used to, because AQ rewards still aren't, like, the top of the game that they used to be. They used to be, like, the best rewards in the game, so, like, Prestige was, like, chased after so heavily because it had the best rewards. Bro, what? What do you mean, bro, what? What's up, the bar? Bro, what me? Bro, what you? I guess. I don't know. Celestial, yeah. That's where I like to roll. If I didn't suck so bad, I might be able to hit C4 one day. But given how much I suck, and my roster is always going to be, you know, lower end, C5 is probably going to be the best I'm ever going to get. Not like inconsistently. Like, I should be able to do it pretty often. Like, I've not hit C5 every season, or even most seasons. Oh, dang it. I have got a text. Give me a second. Well, let me check this real quick. Alrighty. Yeah, I need to look into that too. Oh man. I am Sonic. Yo. Question. Okay, what should go first completion on Grandmaster? If you're talking about Act 6.4 Grandmaster, I recommend the kind of like the 2 o'clock, whatever, like the top kind of like left, the one that has Phoenix on it. I recommend that one for initial completion. Just look at the path and then bring in the appropriate champions for it. I would consider that like the easy path. $10 million. Shut up about the stupid 10 million health. It just has the least troublesome like extra node, I think, to deal with path-wise, as well as like what it gives the boss. Some of the other like stuff that makes the boss harder than that path does, as well as like some of the paths are just the paths themselves being harder, let alone the boss. So I think that's the best combo. It's the one I took first personally, for that reason. Fudge. What is it? Yes, path for noobs. I'm not sure what MCOC noobs like guide looks like for it, but he might recommend that one as well. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't watched it. It's like by the time he did all those guides and stuff for it, I'd already done it, but. But I think that's the general consensus that that's like the easiest path. And obviously having like an appropriate, champion to do the fight with. You can do the fight with basically anybody. It's like some parts will be a little bit of a struggle depending on who you're using. Reverse control immune is always an option for that phase, because that phase kind of kicked my butt personally. And not because it's reverse control, it's because of the timing of the reverse controls that sucked. More than anything. I hated the Grandmaster fight there. I had a much better time, apart from that one phase, I had a much better time in Necropolis Grandmaster than I ever did in Act 6. Yeah. He can definitely do that. Whoops. I wouldn't want to use him probably for like a main clear. I would get used to like do the start of the fight with somebody else, and then once you got to the reverse controls part of the fight, then I would, yeah, dang nabbit. Yeah, Kitty can do it all right. Her abilities kind of just allow her to ignore a bunch of stuff, so. He also says to do the path I suggested. I kind of figured. It is like the general consensus, like easiest path to do. I would say. So. Yeah, so like Moondragon would be able to do it as well. If you happen to have like a Moondragon. Moon Giant's probably the newest one that's immune to verse controls, I think. Don't quote me on that one though. But I think she'd be the newest one has a full immunity to it. There's different champions that with like a synergy or have the immunity. But yeah. BLM. Bald Lives Matter. I was like, I can only think of one thing that it could stand for, and it has nothing to do with the game. So I was like, what you on about? Nice. But yeah, Juggernaut also could do it. He's reverse control immune. Wiccan also. Baldy Dragon. The dragon's not immune to reverse controls. Not without a synergy, at least, I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to confirm that, though, because that does not sound right. Let's see. Yeah, no. And nothing like synergy-wise with anything, like he's nothing directly. Not sure if there's a synergy that even gives it to him at all. So either way. I don't remember the path exactly. Oops. Bald Dragon Money Deed, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't get that. Yeah, Doom, I think, was one of the big clears for the path. And Claire. Is there anybody else? I want to say maybe I did Aegon too. Maybe. And like used a couple of the fights for ramping him up, but like had Doom for like specific fights or something along those lines, I want to think. Maybe. Depends on who you're fighting, but generally for damage wise, you just do 2 combos ending in light to switch her into the incinerate mode, and then just throw special 2s. Depends on who you're fighting though. If they're immune to either bleed or poison, you can like stay in the mode that they're immune to, spam heavy to get to a special 3, throw special 3s for big damage. But otherwise, if they're not immune to anything, then like incinerate mode for damage. Unless you like absolutely need like a specific utility. Let's see, anyone can do it except unramped Airwalker, but reverse control immunities make it easier. Yeah. Yeah, the Sentinel's just a filler fight, like he dies in a single combo. It's like 42,000 health or something. Okay, don't freaking die. Dude, the last couple days, I have just died so many times in Arena, it's not even funny. Yeah, if you have a Hercules, yeah, you could just herc the freaking Grandmaster, that would work just fine. So much dying. There's only 25,000. Yeah, like 25, 40 something. Yeah. Basically, just a combo with high enough level champions. I almost pushed him. Get out of here. Get out of here. But welcome Skulls, by the way. Yeah, I love Beardo. Beardo's a fun champion. Yeah, I think that's why I had Doom or Claire was for Nihilus, because nickname Anal Butt, you know, because he's annoying like that, is appropriate. Yeah, Absman didn't exist back when that quest came out. He'd crush that fight, yeah. He could also actually do fairly decent, probably, on the boss. Possibly. Not the fastest, because most of his damage doesn't come from, like, big hits. It's like the burst damage is where most of his damage comes from, which doesn't apply on the boss. Though you need it for some of the callouts, but... oh yeah, Crit Monkey also does insanely good for the boss. I did that on... I used Crit Monkey during my 100%ing, I think. Yeah, it's also very big damage, and the guaranteed crits are awesome. I love guaranteed crits. Something very satisfying. And the crits are, like, solid damage. Like, I don't know, I feel like he just hits and has way more damage. He's not as... He's squishier than Bullseye, but I feel like he has way better damage than Bullseye. Bullseye's damage doesn't seem to be near as, like, there as Crit Monkey. The Crit Monkey is not too much, really, of a defender. Chavez is a fun champion. Melt. Almost took him to special 3. Clutched it. Let's see, if I start hitting Thanos teams, then I'm just going to use 6 stars. Yeah, no, I was never ever even remotely close to ever soloing that fight. He was one of the worst bosses for me. One of the worst bosses, like, ever. He was rough. A very rough boss to fight. That's fair. I used Aegon for a couple bits, but like Aegon was mostly for like Labyrinth, which is why I had the 5-star ranked up. I used him a little bit outside of that, but wow, just clapped. Yeah, he always does. He always did pretty well. People like complain a lot about him. Like he's better questing than people give him credit for, because it doesn't take that many hits before he's like well above average as far as like crit rate and stuff. Get out of here. Wait. Is Red Skull on that path? Now that he's been buffed, he'll be way more of a pain in the butt to deal with. So you did Herc though, right? Herc, I would say I would Herc that fight. Because Doom can't do it anymore. Because he's Nullify immune. Actually Claire could do it, because like you can still make him buff immune with your special too. And that would get rid of all the armors, which is nice. It is all Cosmic plus the Sentinel? Oh, okay, yeah, I know what your boss you're talking about. Gotcha, yeah, the Hydra Adaptoid thingy, yeah. That boss was also annoying. I had the best of luck using like a rank 2 She-Hulk on that fight, I think. Yeah, the Adaptoid. Really hate that synergy. I honestly don't know why that synergy exists. It makes no sense. Yeah, it was a long fight, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of the heal block. But again, quests are so short now. I mean, like 5 or 6 fights on a path and then a boss. I guess it's like 6 fights. Like the standard. So like, even when there is heal block, as long as you're building like a full team and not just like one champion to do it all, you're like totally fine. I think I also tried like Hood or something for him too. Oh my gosh, I clapped. I'm dead. I'm so dead. Give me the regen. Give me the regen. Guess we didn't die. Clap so hard. We nearly died. Yeah, arena synergies. Like literally, that's literally because there's no practical reason for that synergy to exist for questing. Literally none. It makes no sense. That is as stupid as synergy he has. And it only serves to suck if it happens to come out in like an arena fight. So stupidly annoying. Yeah, each specially used, something like that. Something along those lines. Like, yeah, maybe when you're using them, Gabar. Like, not when they're, like, you're having to fight them. It's like the worst thing ever. Yeah, I hate the indestructible symbiotes. That's my least favorite to freaking fight. Because Heimdall at least can be ignored with ability accuracy reduction. The symbiote one cannot, which is annoying. Yo, what's up, Nugget? We chillin'. We chillin'. Just trying to get the arena streaks going up here. Want to hit 15 here on this arena. Hit the infinite Matador, yeah. Yeah, and the vigor, and he's really tanky. Plus, like the evade or unstoppable. Yeah, he was really extra annoying. That works. A pocket cable. Yeah. That one's less annoying than some of the other ones. That synergy isn't even with just cable. Like it can be sinister too. I've had happen. Yeah, Beardo does it. No, I feel like Silk would actually work pretty well. Or, actually, no, doesn't he go stun immune or something? I don't remember. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, that one, yeah. A weird interaction, which also shouldn't happen. It's just like a poorly coded kind of thing that happens. Limber, gotcha. So basically stun immune after a certain number of parries. So Silk would actually not work out that well because her heavy stun isn't passive. So Limber would take over, and you'd only be able to do it as, you know, a handful of times. So in that case, it screws her over kind of big time because like her kit relies on being able to heavy cancel, you know, or cancel your combo into heavy. Doom and Mole Man. What synergy is that one? If you had a big enough, like that symbiote has like 600 some odd thousand health, or at least he used to. He might have less now after they do like the nerfs and stuff. I wouldn't. You'd have to check. But he definitely did have like nearly 700,000 health. He was one of the biggest health pools. Bosses we had. So like if you didn't have a big enough Silk, even if you did the max rotation, like you were not, like you wouldn't be able to just one cycle him. Oh, the Purify one. Yeah, yeah. But that's not like just purifying debuffs in general. It's like specific to like bleed, poison, and incinerate? Or something like that. I don't know. Is it any debuff? Thought it was specific to... Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, armor ups, or any armor up champion versus Gallon, yeah, you're just screwed. What? You jerk face. Dude, you had one charge. What the crap? Get out of here. Yeah, he gets like 50 planetary mass per armor up effect. The opponent gains. What's up, Big Evil? I got nothing. I just have what Hussein sent earlier. So I have no idea there. That's not right. Sonic took those coins for sure. Yeah, I have no idea, Big Evil, because nothing's popped up on my end anywhere. So I see nothing. That would be analytics. That's there. Activity. Yeah, that's just that one, so that shows me all of that. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. Well, yeah, his SP2 is undexable, and then it's unblockable if he has an armor up, so it is kind of annoying. For sure. Touch some concrete. Alright. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Gabar. I knew that was going to happen. For stopping in. Much appreciated. But yeah, I'm not sure what to tell you there, Big Evil. I don't have anything up on my end to even look at, so I don't know what happened there. Yeah, for real. I'm telling you, I've been dying more the last couple days of the freaking arena for like the stupidest things. Ugh. Alright. Oh, shoot. But yeah, let's just stupidly do that. Yeah. Get it. Yeah, Absman is pretty wild. Again, rank 3 is for Act 6 is like overpowered because like it wasn't really. Yeah, that worked. There we go. Okay. Insane taking it with the $2. Or Big Evil rather. Yeah, that one came through. If I can fix this now and scrunch that back. Generous as always. It's very. What the heck? Why is that like over there? What the heck? Weird. Okay. It's wonky. Yeah, I'll let you know. I doubt it. Like I said, nothing popped up or anything. Like in the chat or because it also is like a running total on my thing, like chat revenue. It like shows it. So nothing even popped up there. Whoops. I guess we're out of those. So we needed to run the stupid 6 stars anyway. To come to rank 2. Dang. Yeah, Bishop rank 2 is fantastic. Pulled it, yeah. Yeah, let's see if I look up. I go to here. Yeah, so that activity, they popped up in that activity there. Yeah, in my studio. So yeah, just the one. Yep. 7 stars are OP. Yeah, so much regen. Quit that. Go through. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of doubting it. It's just the others, yeah. But I will let you know if they do happen to pop up at some point. That is kind of weird though. Well, if you're only in Act 6 there, Sonic, you still have all of Act 7, and Act 8 is about to be almost all out. I mean, in the next couple months here. Hopefully we'll see it March. I was thinking maybe we might have seen it as early as like February. I'm betting probably March, but it would be, at the latest, it would be April. Is when we'd see the conclusion to Act. Well, it's just stuff to catch up on. There's a lot of content in this game, man. And once you are caught up, like, it's easy to stay caught up. Easy enough. But otherwise, yeah. There's a lot to catch up on if you're already behind, as it were. It's like, now that I've, like, back when I was, like, not 100% everything, you know, I think the first time I was ever caught up was with Act 5, because I 100% Act 5 and got my first maxed out 5-star that way. It was nice. And then Act 6 really slowed me down because it was so difficult and like so roster dependent, especially, you know, being locked to only 5 and 6 stars at the time. So I fell back behind when it came to Act 6, and then Act 7. You know, after I stopped playing the game for a while there after like Act 7.2, and then during my time away 7.3 had come out, and shortly after I came back 7.4 was coming out, and I still hadn't 100% Act 6 even at that point. I had done an initial clear, but I hadn't 100% it, so I was pretty well behind. But ever since all of Act 8, or at least 8.2 and 3, I've done like in the first few days of them being released. And even like big endgame content like Labyrinth and Abyss. Abyss I didn't complete until after Karina's Volume 3. Which was, you know, quite a while ago too. And even by that time, like, the rewards didn't really match like the difficulty, effort, and stuff. But like, I'm a bit of a completionist, so I wanted to get it done. And now I have 100% all of permanent content in the game. Which is very nice. Yeah, for only a year, like, you're not that far away, realistically, then, if you've only been playing the game for less than a year. We've been playing this game for years. Yeah, when it comes out, they're the best, exactly. Exactly. And, you know, similarly, even with, like, the biggest, because of the way they did it, though, because of what's in there, with the exclusive, you know, champions and the mastery point and stuff, Necropolis is always going to have, be, like, good content to do, even when, like, the other stuff is less important, like the crystals and ascension dust and stuff like that in there, rank 5 gems and whatnot. because of the mastery point, initial completion will always have value to it, and because of the 7-star Maestro, and because he's, you know, a pretty meta champion, pretty relevant, but bare minimum initial completion of it because of the mastery point will always have relevancy. So there'll never be a time where accounts shouldn't do at least one path of the content, even when Maestro is not necessarily a needed champion for like defense and stuff. At the very least, if he's like somewhat usable, you can always just use the 6-star you get on initial completion. Although once we get big enough ranked 7 stars, you know, the 7-star Maestro will do you better. But and I'm curious if they're gonna have the Maestro available anywhere else as a way of like getting the dupe on him, or if the only way to get his signature ability awakened is with an eventual like awakening gem, and then Sig Def via like Sig Stone, etc. That was big dumb. What am I doing? Why didn't I just throw a special? Yeah, and for a while until Act 8 finishes, and they start giving out more like rank like 3 mats, being like the tier 4 alpha and stuff. It will be, you know, required to do at least one path to get that initial rank 3 plus Act 8. After probably this year and starting like next year, it'll be not as like we'll get enough of the other materials like elsewhere and stuff that to get Valiant you won't have to do it, but like the only people that wouldn't have already done it are the people like that may make accounts like this year. Anyone that's made an account last year, if they're really trying to and put the effort into it, regardless of when they made the account last year, even if they made it at the end of the year and are like still brand new right now, they worked this entire year, they should be able to be Valiant by next year. Yeah, I did pretty good. I finished Celestial 5 Sonic for the season. It's not too shabby. It's not too shabby. Yeah, so we're gonna be winding it down here now. This will be it here. We'll get the 4 stars run again on cooldown, and I'll call it there. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to, especially last season's metas were really rough. So. Yeah, it's, you know, that high is, you know, the top 100 people in the world playing the mode, you know. So Celestial as a whole is, you know, top 200. I mean, even adding in all 3 levels of Mysterium, you're still in the top 800, so you know, top of even the 1,000 people is with how many people play this game is no small feat. Yeah, that's part of the victory track. So the real competition doesn't start really until you're through the victory track. So easy peasy, yeah. Nah, we had some people having a rough time. Zode, oh my god, I feel bad for Zode. He definitely should have been Celestial. It just couldn't keep it up, though. It was pretty rough. I had my moments, like I had some frustrations dropping as bad as I did. I ended up getting it back, but like, ugh. Losing 100 points, man, so brutal. Like I struggled to get over 300, and then I was like, okay, once I finally got 360, I was like, I'm pretty good, and then I dropped down to like 260, and I was like, oh my gosh. Or I think it was worse than that. I think I was in like in the 240s at one point after, but then it like finished in like the 260s. So I dropped like, yeah, because then I finished that day at 264 and finished the day down 99 points from where I started. Oh, oh my gosh. Dude just immediately threw at the start of the fight. What the crap? Get out of my face, Bishop. That's 200-point downswing? Oof. That's really rough. You never got it back after beating me? Oh, man. You're pretty close, though. It was at least C6. So you made Celestial at least. Or, sorry, no, 396 was Celestial 6, sorry. Never mind. That's, Mysterium. I was like, yeah, that was above the 80 whatever it was at the bottom. Like, no, it was 100 points off. Gotcha. My bad. Mysterium 1's still solid. It's just, I hate it being that low for the simple fact that it's such a down chunk in the 7-star shards. A couple seasons ago when I missed Celestial, like it was a massive bummer. I barely got it last season, and I missed it the season before, I think. So it's been a few seasons since I've been C5 though. So it was nice to be able to hit C5 again. I was feeling pretty good about it this season. I was having a good season with like roster size wise and the meta wise. I was like, I'm feeling like C5 was attainable, whereas like last season it was like such a struggle to hit C6 that I was like, ugh. It was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Brutal. Held it too long. Get out of my face. Yeah, power gain was garbage. If they want to make it power gain, also give them like special bias, which they should probably add anyway. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Oh, I definitely not even the best person to ask that, Sonic. I sucked at him, so like it Crit Monkey does work pretty well though. You just have to play it better than I did because Crit Monkey's kind of squishy. But he's actually very, very good for it. Colossus does pretty well. Extra tanky because of all the armors and stuff. Also has good damage. And fits all the requirements needed for being able to do all the prompts and stuff. I mean, Warlock could do it. Most champions could do it. It's just whether or not they'd have like the best time of it. There's no reason Warlock wouldn't be able to do it. Hulkling will be a bit rougher probably. He doesn't have like the best crit rate, and because of the power, your power is like locked in the different phases. He'd be less good for it, I would say. Ultron, again, would have everything he'd need for doing pretty, like, okay. But a lot of his damage comes from damage over time, which Grandmaster doesn't take any damage over time damage. You can still apply dot effects, but like he doesn't take any damage from them. So, depends on how good you are at the fight. I was terrible at the fight, personally. It was garbage. I was atrocious at it. Alright, peace out, Misery. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, Human Torch is extra useless in that fight. Correct. Would not even bring him along. Cool. Now, MSD's done like 30 some odd solos, probably of the Grandmaster. There's a bunch of videos that might be worth checking out. Some different options, like if you have any of the ones he soloed it with, you know, to maybe give it a try. I'd say you have the 7-star, you said, right? So I would bring him in because he's such a high power level, but not use him until you got down to the reverse control part of the fight, is what I meant. Like, you bring him into use, but don't, like, start the fight with him. Like, save him for, like, until you get him down to the reverse control phase. Assuming the reverse controls is causing you a problem, which caused me a heck of a lot of problems because the timing for it just is kind of miserable. And just not having to worry about it, using someone like Professor X might be a good time for you, or at least help significantly. Because that was part of my struggle. Like, I would tend to die in part because of the timing of it before, like, you could wound him to, like, get any reasonable damage in, so, like, it cost me a lot of revives. Unfortunately. Whew. What the heck was that? I get no medium and then just nothing happened. We're getting there. Stream ended up still going for a while, even though it's like all mostly been just arena. Arena, man, it could just drain so much time. It's ridiculous. But it gives units. Yeah, you'll have a much better time though once you can beat the Grandmaster. Just plow through Act 7 and then Act 8. They're much easier quests. Just initial clears. You don't have to worry about 100% anything until you hit the end of Act 8, and then just kind of work your way backwards. Beardo's also quite good. Warlock, Venom, and Hulkbuster. Ooh, Hulkbuster could be interesting. Yeah, I still max out the 3 stars. I take 4 stars to rank 3. 5 stars I usually don't mess with generally. And 6 stars, honestly, I usually don't do much with either. I'm kind of mostly about 7 stars at this point. There's very few 6 stars I bother with. I like to get all the new ones to at least rank 3 if I can, depending, but it's not always happening. Honestly, with Hulkbuster, you really wouldn't have to worry about it too much, because the way he works doesn't actually apply to Grandmaster, because you can't control his power. The heck did I do to my pants? Yeah, like I just maxed out during level up. I maxed out the 3-star bullseye and took 4-star bullseye to rank 3. Had to open up some tier 3 class catalyst crystals though for the first time in forever, because like apparently I didn't have any skill ones to do the rank up. I was like, what? Oh, that's right, because doing 5-star bullseye took the last 3 I had. Yeah, that makes sense. Cave yo. Oh. Per cost, probably the 4 stars. Jackie. I mean, he still worked last meta even, which is insane. Like if you had a big enough Juggernaut, like people would still use him. He'll work. Actually work pretty good for the victory track next season. It's not going to be until the final 2 weeks that I wouldn't personally run him in a deck. It wouldn't be impossible to use, but if you had like a rank 2 or 3 Juggernaut and you were going against maybe a slightly smaller and could just like nuke him down really quick. But otherwise, yeah, no, I wouldn't have him in the deck for weeks. Or shoot, no, actually, no, you're right. Never mind. He won't work next season at all because of the power sting. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, the power. I forgot about the power sting. I was thinking about just the debuffs from dexing, in weeks 3 and 4, which he could be useful there. Like I said, if you nuked your fight down before you ever had to dex anything, which he could do. in the right matchup if you had a rank 2 or 3 jugs. Which if you had a rank 3 jugs, I would likely probably ban it because that would just be busted. He's trash, yeah. Busted, yeah. 100%. Like, why would you ever rank him up? He's, like, worthless. Yeah, like, I'd say it's worth trying. For certain fights, anyway. That he could definitely nuke. I wouldn't... Like, he'd be worthless to try versus, like, a Maestro. He'd be too slow for that, I think, before you'd ever have to Dex. Probably. Yeah, Nick, definitely not. The second life. Yeah, because you can always block specials. I definitely would not mind a 7-star Juggernaut, that's for sure. That's for darn sure. Like, I purposely left my 6-star at rank 4 because he's a 7-star. Otherwise, I probably would have ranked him up. If I get the 7-star, I'm definitely going to rank 2 the 7-star. That's what them revives are for, Sonic. That's what the revives are for. Like, he's a soloable fight, but like I never soloed the fight ever. Like, it was just a rough fight. And you have the 6-star Juggy Relic? Nice. I have the 5-star. I don't think I ever got the 6-star. Double check. Did I get the 6-star one? I don't remember. Yeah, if he's not gonna work, like, I would wait out until like he would then be useful to rank him. But like if I could get him to work in weeks 3 and 4, I'd go ahead and rank him and put him in the deck. Otherwise, yeah, no, I wouldn't bother. And I would wait till season 16. Dang. Man's ballin'. You rank 3 in a heartbeat? Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of rank 3 Juggernauts when rank 3 has become a little bit more easy to come by for the people that have the 7-star, just because he's so busted. Yeah, this is fun. Yeah, it might take you a few tries to get the fight mechanics down. Once you understand the fight, and if he plays like cooperatively, like you should be able. The first phase should go pretty quickly and easily. After that, then it's well. I think the first 2 phases are like. It's not till you get like that 3rd phase that he's like extra annoying. Hope for jugs after BG rewards. Yeah, that would be nice. I'd be okay with that. Hope you dupe him. Yeah, his dupe is like huge. Definitely doesn't like need it 100%, but like for certain matchups it helps a ton. And he doesn't need like high sig. The higher technically the better for his dupe, but like the difference between sig 20 and sig 200 is like not that big, so it's quite nice. I was trying to... You jerk. Ooh, unduped Overseer. Ooh. I mean... I don't know. If the rank up doesn't make you valiant, I would hold on to it for the time being, personally. But if it like if doing the rank up would get you valiant, I would go ahead and just do the one you want. I have the guy in my alliance has a rank 3 overseer. He's pretty solid. Yeah, a guy in my alliance has a rank 3 overseer. Yeah, because if it's not going to make you valiant, then there's no like rush for doing it. If it was going to be your second rank 3, then I would just being valiant has enough value to it that more rank 3s will come in the future, and you could hold out, or you could just like do them if you want to do another science one at some point in the future. You could just do them then. Valiant does have enough value, and with the daily crystals and now the Glory store being updated, and Battleground store should be updated soon, hopefully, ideally. BMG also has one. Yeah, there's a few around. There's like a few of most champions that are like regular. There's a couple more kind of obscure, unique-ish ones that not everyone's going to have a rank 3 of, but some of the more popular ones, there's definitely quite a few of each. Based, yeah, biased. Like, there's quite a few Shuris, there's definitely a lot of Maestros that got taken to rank 3. There's a few Sunspots now. MSD at the first, but there's several now. I don't see that many of them. Chavez's are rank 3s. There's a couple of Juggernauts rank 3s. I've seen a couple Hyperion rank 3s actually too. Yeah, Silk would be a pretty solid rank 3. I mean, his dupe isn't always come into play. When it does, it's really nice to have it. Because realistically, for fighting him, it adds a little bit of damage, and it'll speed up his ramp only when there's like stuff he can be immune to, which isn't necessarily going to be every fight you use him for. Yeah, Act 8 Exploration will have another one. We don't know, like, if it's just going to be one more, if there's going to be, like, one and a bit. If it's going to be all of Act 8 as a whole, giving you the rank 3, or if it's just going to be 8 point. There's no way just 8.4 Exploration gives you the rank 3. It's going to have to be all of Act 8. There might be, like, some fragments towards it, like rank 4, tier 4 alpha, like in 100%ing Act 8.4, and then like enough for the full rank up in 100%ing. But something like that. There's no way they give a rank 3 just for completion. It's going to be Act Exploration for the rank 3. That would be too easy of a rank 3 just to do initial completion. There's no shot that initial completion gives rank 3. There's probably going to be fragments towards it. I would bet, and certainly in like the 8.4 like initial completion like offer that's, you know, at the end for the exploration offer or whatever, there's going to be more fragments and stuff, but there's no shot just the act completion gives a rank 3. No chance. Yeah, 100%ing Act 8. Well, if you're struggling, you can always back out and, you know, now you have some practice under your belt. You clearly made it through the path just fine, but struggled on the boss. You can back out for now and just try it again another time when you have some units and revives saved up. You're having a rough time with the 7 stars, huh? I've had some good luck recently on the 7 stars actually. I can't complain like at all. But yeah, that's for sure. Nexus could be interesting. We still haven't seen anything quite like that. The closest we've seen is like the class base, and like the base pool selectors, which are nice, but like it's an initial like pool of the champions, 36 champions to choose from. Some of the top people, like, they have all those champions. Like a selector of just those doesn't help them all that much. I mean, it would help me because I don't have all of them, but I'm just saying. Just saying. I could see like maybe having a base pool crystal 7-star kind of pick in 100% as well. I certainly wouldn't mind it. That can't be like the only thing in there, because it's a nice thing because it's like a big selector, but it's also only one champion. So like it's as nice as it is, like it can't be like the only thing as a selling point. Danny Duke from Titan. Oof. That's why you should have waited on the Titan. Kate, yeah, Kate's very, very good. Yeah, they give 6-star Awakening gems out like candy, though, if you're Paragon. So, like, if you can get through and get yourself worked up, Thronebreaker, and then, I mean, even just being Thronebreaker, I think. Well, you know, you need to be Paragon, though, to do, like, the Paragon Gauntlet and stuff. But, yeah. The Paragon will come pretty quickly after you hit Thronebreaker and just can get through Act 7, Act 8, because those catalysts in Act 8, like, you get quite a bit of rank formats. So you should be able to hit Paragon pretty quickly once you get through. Quite honestly, the Grandmaster is going to be the hardest fight you have to deal with. Probably throughout the entirety of story content. All of Act 7 and Act 8 are easier than that fight, in my opinion. Bishop Sassy Man. Yeah, I would want to take, since I got my Bishop now, I still want Korg and Domino and Mysterio, I think, are like my top 3 most wanted from the base pool, like the OG base pool. Duped is Gladiator. Well, I mean, that could be good. I mean, actually, what does this dupe do? Is that, because like they're not gonna like change his awakened ability or anything. So is that a good thing? To have him duped? Hold on, let's find out. Let's find out. Where's Gladiator? Gladiator. I mean, eh. I mean, it's okay. It's not. You can finish your fight at 85% or better health. Sorry, 86% or better health. It's 85.98, so you have to have 86% or better health finishing a fight to get really anything out of it. Yeah, doesn't matter all that much, realistically. I wouldn't say. Yeah. Yeah, the less passes actually I kind of like, because it just speeds it up. Yeah, OG Act 6, there's so many paths, the difficulty was like way out of whack. Yeah, that's fair. Havoc would be pretty cool. Do anyone instantly? Yeah. Yeah, those would be wanted for me. Like, I'm still a ways from getting let's go just burn this energy real quick. Havoc, yeah. Havoc would be pretty sick. It does benefit quite a lot from his dupe, offensively and defensively. But just having him at that power level would be really, really nice. Really? Yeah. Penny was like actually really annoying to fight on defense this last meta. I mean, Gallon would wreck it, but I never once had a Gallon whenever they drafted her. So like I think I only killed her actually like once. It was like a timeout every other time. It was only a few times I had to fight her, but let's see, what was I? We have, what is that, 13? 13 relics, only one of them duped. And then champions, let's see, 7 stars. So let's see, in the base pool, original base pool, there's Domino, I really want. Gore, wouldn't mind. Still want Hulk. Hulk's actually up there really too. Let's see. OG base pool, Mysterio I really want. Overseer wouldn't mind. I actually kind of want to dupe my Fix-It. Yeah, those would be like the most wanted base pool. Like a dupe on Fix-It, yeah, Korg I want. Mysterio, Domino, Hulk. Those are like the main ones. Yo, what's up, PP? Yeah, I was really happy getting Sunspot. Mantis has been killing it. I'll be really happy to use her next season too. Ooh. Well, there's definitely a lot in like the base pool, but I was like thinking like just the OG like release base pool was what I was thinking. Like if they have another one of those selectors, I'm not sure who I would take. Because from Necropolis, it was between Titanium and Hulk. Like if I had pulled one or the other before having to take the selector, I did it again. If I pulled Hulk. Well, if I pulled Titania, rather, I was going to take Hulk from the selector. If I didn't pull Hulk, I wanted Titania more from the selector. So I took her, so I'm still missing Hulk. Yeah, Shuri's a worthwhile pick too. Even though Shuri is like was also one of the MVPs of like doing Necropolis. Yeah, that's you know, and that's because there are so many champs and stuff now. It's like one of the reasons there are like more selector kind of options out there. So yeah, Wiccan's solid though, and his Sig does help him if when you're actually using him. But yeah, I get you didn't necessarily want to pull him 4 times. Like I think twice is enough. Sorry, 5 times. That's 4. That's 4 dupes. Come on. Like, let me do this. Come on. Broski. Yeah, he was good for offense last, like during the victory track. And he would have been okay until he added Force of Will for the final meta as well, but that kind of ruined him from being super useful. Get the 10 team revives ready. Dang. Honestly, if you want to just buy a bunch of team revives to do that, you're better off quitting the quest, saving up the 1k units, and then spending the 1k units on the event quest deal, because that'll get you the 10 revives plus other revives and potions and stuff. Be more bang for your buck. Yeah, when you do the first clear of the event quest, like a deal will pop up that you can spend 1,000 units and get boosts and I caught a few minutes of it, but it was kind of a bit over my head, so I stopped watching. I was like, I'm not getting anything out of this, so I kind of left. But it's cool that he does that, though. Like, it's pretty. You already did it? Okay, well, out of luck, then. Have to wait the 2 weeks for the next one, next event quest. Have you done all the difficulties? Because it pops up after each difficulty. The lower the difficulty, the lower, oh crap. Like the slightly lower like value one will pop up, but yeah, each difficulty has the offer. It's just the lower couple difficulties have like a worse offer. But like the top 2 difficulties I think are basically identical. So like Thronebreaker and Cav difficulty. You've done the Cav. Well, it won't let you do Thronebreaker one until you've hit Thronebreaker though, huh? I bet. There's still an offer in the uncollected version. It's gonna be slightly worse. I think, but it's still solid. Is it identical? Yeah, because it contains team revives in it. So you get team revives and regular revives plus health potions and boosts and stuff. Like if you're gonna be buying them, like that is definitely a much better way of doing it. Oh shoot. Like I'm not finishing that off with a combo. Damn it. Get out of here. Come on. Okay, I was trying to throw my striker there. Get out of here. Stupid Red Hulk. They're all three the same though? Nick Brown, yo. Because I know they did change. Yeah, and you'd only need it once. See, I don't use the 30% boost, so that's why I don't buy it. Because, like, for the people that do, like, yeah, that's also really good value, because that's, like, the best way to get those 30% boosts. We alright, Nick. We alright. Must resist! Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Uncollected right now, and if I had enough energy to finish this, we could show off what the bundle is, but alas, I am not there, so. I've never used a 30% boost, or any hour-long boost for that matter. Two and a half hours path, yeah, that's efficiently quick. Plus, also, I didn't want to like be spending units for doing Necropolis, so it's just on completion, Sonic. You don't have to 100% Senate to get it. Like it pops up after initial completion. Just on completion. Dude, the pig is so busted. he's so bonkers, man. Like, she throws this, she's dead. Like, just done. Yeah. I was so happy pulling him from the Titan. Like, at the time, I would have rathered Photon, but I'm glad I got the pig instead, to be honest. He's done me so good. Pig, especially with the relic, like he's kind of extra busted. He's kind of insane. Yeah. Well, the reason being is like I didn't have a Photon as a 6-star, and I have a rank 4 ham already. Like I would want the pig eventually, because like the bigger the better. But my science attackers were like kind of underpowered. Like the rank 4 pig was like barely cutting it. Ish. Yeah, Yeah, there's a couple out there, I think. Rank 3 pigs. It's yeah, kind of illegal. The pigger the better. Yeah, the pigger the better, 100%. For sure. Titania or Hulk? I chose Titania over Hulk when I did the selector. As much as I wanted Hulk, I wanted Titania for what she does with the buff immunity and stuff over Hulk first. But you really can't go wrong with either. Hulk is a monster. But I do not regret my choice at all, in the slightest. I mean, yes and no. I still have 1 to 2 gems. So, did I use the one from the crypt specifically? Not necessarily. Honestly, it'll be nicer to use her, because you just want to go to special 3 and then throw it. And the fact that they won't be able to get to their special 3, you can just kind of go ham. Like, you can just, and because of the way you use her and throwing the specials 3, yeah, like, no, it'll be great. It'll be great. She'll do really, really good for the, like, mine will probably likely get banned a crap ton. Upgrade Elsa with cats. Yeah, I ended up doing the gem on Elsa and saved the cats. So I'm close on enough cat. Like, I could do a 6-star right now, and I'm close on if I pull a skill champion. Like, if I happen to get Cheels or Bullseye from the next Titan I open, I would have the cats to do it. Titania, no, she does not need it. She benefits from it, but she doesn't need it. It's like a nice to have, not a must have. So, like, how much energy would I need here? I know what I'm doing. So it'll be 5, 10, yeah, I'm like an hour and a half away from, like, actually completing it. And we ended up with a crap ton in arena wins. Wow, yeah. I think, does that put me over the 2,000 crystal mark there? Whale. Let's see. Oh, my daily comes in 20 minutes. Nice. Starting to get it earlier and earlier. Where are the gold crystals at? Have we hit? I thought I opened these stupid things. Did I get some more from somewhere? I'm confused. See, we got 426 of these, so we're working. We another like 3 months, and we'll have a year's worth of these stupid things. So we got 900 original, and where's the other gold crystals? Did I pass them? I must have passed them. Where's the other gold crystals? There. Yeah, we did break 2,000. Nice. There's reasons, Sonic. Like, not everything. Like, a lot of. I mean, the gold crystals, it wouldn't matter. Like, I could open those. I'm just hoarding them because I can. But there are other things that, like, is actually would be bad for me to open because, like, it would just, like, stuff that's would fill inventory and then go to the stash that I wouldn't be able to use it, and it would just have to get sold. 98 million. Yeah, that's about 45 plus million gold worth of just the uncollected ones. So, let's see, we finished the daily there too. Still gotta do incursions, but anyway, thank you guys. I'm gonna call it there. I make some dinner and just, yeah, whatever. But I'm gonna call it there. Thank you again, Big Evil, for the $2 and Hussein as well for the $1.50. I didn't click the darn thing. Quit, girl. Very generous, and much appreciated. Let's see, we got do. Yeah, all right. But with tab, okay, there we go. Because the amount of ISO we need to spend, it's a lot, and we only get more and more. Like, my gold hasn't, like, gone, especially, like, my gold would go down with when at map 8 Alliance Quest had, like, a cost to it because I was using gold for it. Like, I was net losing gold, but like, I net positive on the gold, like, really easily right now. So, like, I'm still gaining gold, and I'm not opening any gold crystals. It's, like, crazy. But anyway, thank you guys. I'm gonna call it there. We've done all the arena I need to for the day, basically. I can just kind of chill out. I'm gonna make myself some dinner because I'm hungry, and just check on some other stuff. But goodbye, mother of God. Peace out, Ace. AB, thank you. So until next time, guys, take care. Have yourselves a good night, and I'll catch y'all next time.